Escaping America, a journey to a better life. I escaped America for a better life, but it didn't go as planned. Did you know that nearly 9 million Americans are living abroad, searching for a better life? But here's the twist. Not all of them find what they're looking for. What if the dream of starting over turns out to be more complicated than expected? I was one of those people who packed up my life and left America, chasing the promise of a better, simpler, and more fulfilling existence in a foreign land. I had big dreams of experiencing adventure, finding peace, and building a new chapter of my life. But what I discovered was a mix of beauty, challenge, and unexpected truths. Today, I'll take you on my journey of leaving home, the struggles I faced, and the lessons that changed me forever. The decision to leave wasn't made overnight. It was a mix of personal, professional, and societal frustrations that pushed me toward the idea of moving abroad. Burnout culture. I felt like I was constantly hustling, yet never really living. Weekends were too short, vacations were rare, and I dreamed of a place where work-life balance wasn't just a concept, but a reality. Cost of living. Every month felt like a battle to pay bills and save a little for the future. Rent, healthcare, and other expenses kept climbing, making the dream of financial freedom feel impossible. The desire for adventure. I'd always loved travel, and the idea of waking up in a picturesque European town or a serene beachside village was irresistible. I spent months researching countries, comparing cost of living, quality of life, and visa options. Finally, I made my choice and decided to take the leap. When I arrived, everything felt magical. The sights, sounds, and even the small daily activities felt new and exciting. I loved exploring the local markets, learning new customs, and attempting to communicate in a language I barely understood. But beneath the excitement, cracks began to appear. Cultural adjustments. Simple things, like figuring out how to use public transport or even buying groceries, turned into stressful adventures. Paperwork chaos. The bureaucracy was overwhelming. Getting a visa, opening a bank account, and setting up utilities were far more complicated than I had imagined. Language barriers. Not being able to express myself fully in conversations made me feel isolated and even a little helpless at times. Still, I told myself these were just growing pains. After all, adjusting to a new country takes time, right? One of the biggest hurdles I faced was the feeling of isolation. Back in America, I had family, friends, and a network of people I could rely on. Here, I was starting from scratch. I realized how important social connections are for emotional well-being. Loneliness. I had underestimated how much I would miss simple things, like grabbing coffee with friends or celebrating holidays with family. Cultural missteps. I embarrassed myself more times than I can count, from using the wrong words to accidentally offending locals by not understanding their customs. Unexpected costs. While the cost of living was lower, I hadn't accounted for hidden expenses, like international health insurance, legal fees for visas, or the occasional need to fly home for emergencies. I started questioning whether I had made the right decision. The pivotal moment came during a particularly tough day. I had fallen ill with a fever and needed medical care. Navigating the local healthcare system, with its unfamiliar processes and language, felt overwhelming. It was the first time I truly felt alone and vulnerable. This experience forced me to reevaluate my expectations and my approach to living abroad. I had to accept that the dream of a better life wouldn't just fall into place. It required effort, adaptability, and resilience. Despite the struggles, there were also moments of joy that reminded me why I had chosen this path. Building new friendships. Joining local groups and attending community events helped me connect with people who became my support system. Embracing the culture. From learning how to cook local dishes to participating in traditional festivals, I found small joys in immersing myself in the culture. Rediscovering myself. Living abroad pushed me out of my comfort zone and helped me grow in ways I never expected. I became more patient, resourceful, and confident in handling uncertainty. Looking back, here are some of the biggest lessons I've learned from this experience. Plan, but stay flexible. No amount of research can prepare you for everything. Be ready to adapt and roll with the unexpected. Community is key. Building relationships, both with locals and fellow expats, is crucial to feeling at home in a new country. Realism is healthy. Living abroad isn't an escape from problems, it's a shift in perspective. If you're wondering whether I regret my decision, the answer is no. Moving abroad was one of the most challenging yet rewarding experiences of my life. While it didn't go as planned, it taught me resilience, broadened my worldview, and gave me stories to last a lifetime. Leaving America for a better life abroad isn't a guaranteed fairy tale. It's a mix of highs and lows, challenges and rewards. But if you're willing to embrace the journey with an open mind and a resilient heart, it can lead to personal growth and unforgettable experiences. Have you ever considered moving abroad or already taken the leap? Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experiences. Don't forget to check out my next video, where I share tips on choosing the perfect destination for your overseas adventure.